second game of the Tata IPL 2025, and it's already a double header. We are into Sunday tomorrow, and the first double header of the tournament. First afternoon game of the tournament, we'll see Sunrise Hyderabad versus Rajasthan Royals facing off each other. They were the first team to face off the afternoon game way back in 2023 as well at the same venue, once again facing off. New captain on the other hand for the first three games, Riyan Parag facing him off against the man who can single-handedly destroy teams. Pat Cummins is once again back. Varun is out here. Welcome to the show. Talk us through this game. We have a very cracking game in the first game at Eden Gardens. We shift to Hyderabad. It's a double header. We move on to the El Clasico later in the evening as well. Talk us through this game. How important is it for both the teams to start the tournament with a victory?
I think starting off with a victory just sets up a very good mindset in total, first of all. But I think if you take the Sunrisers, for example, I don't think they have won their first game in the last 7 or 8 years. I think they've started to win mostly after the second game. So they just want to start off by figuring out what the perfect combination, what their perfect lineup is, and how they actually want to play the brand of cricket. If you go on to Rajasthan Royals, they have won their previous 8 to 9 first games that they've played each season. So that starts off well for them. So they're going to be starting off in the top 4. It's a mindset thing at the end of the day, right? So if you win the first game, you're going to be like, okay, this is the kind of impact, this is the kind of lineup that we're going to have to play with. So I think it might not affect SRH as much, but we don't know for RR because, as I said, they have won their last 8 to 9 first games. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Both the teams have different approach, different results as well. What about when it comes to the last 5 times these two teams faced off each other? This is what the numbers say, Varun. So the numbers say that the last 3 times Rajasthan Royals have been losers. Hyderabad have been victorious. But before that, 2 times Rajasthan Royals have only won was the way back in 2023, where you can see at Hyderabad, the opening game of their season, that we're talking about the opening game, and also all the way back during the COVID period in 2022 at Pune. Can you recall those games by any chance?
I would not like to, but it's still in my brain. 2022, we were just coming back from a pretty dark period for the side. Rashid gone, Warner gone, and then Kane was in the side as a captain, but he was injured and not in the best of form. So we did the first game. It really wasn't the best of starts. See, even if you do lose your first game, you have to lose it, not by such a great margin. But that game, it was a horror of a game for us. I mean, the top order, the first power play, the lowest power play score, I think.
True.
After so while in the IPL. So yeah, that was a pretty horrifying game. I don't know why you made me remember that again. So why? But if you go on,
that's what the numbers say, sir. But
I don't want to remember that numbers right now.
But if there's a good thing for you, if you talk about your home stadium at the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium, facing off against Rajasthan Royals, 5 matches. 4 times you have won against Rajasthan Royals. The only time you're lost was in way back in 2023. But head-to-head, when it comes to out there, interestingly, it is very neck-to-neck. 20 times these two teams have faced each other. Rajasthan Royals have won 9 times. Sunrisers Hyderabad have won it 11 times. By any chance, can Rajasthan Royals make it to the double digits this time around?
There's certainly a possibility. I think, as I said, Sunrisers are prone to losing the first game usually because that's the kind of team that starts off pretty slowly. I mean, they start off their camp very late compared to other sides, which also makes that team feel a bit weaker in the first few games, like the first couple of games. So they have to get used to the tracks. And the advantage Sunrisers have is they're playing 4 home games out of their first 6. So that means they can adjust pretty quickly rather than other teams. And they also travel the least out of each and every team as well. So that will also make a good impact for them. Rajasthan and Hyderabad, see, it's a pretty even battle right now. I think in terms of batting and bowling, it is pretty even because considering Hyderabad being a very, very pure batting track, both the teams can succeed in it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is true. Both the teams can definitely succeed, and that's what the numbers say so. But what about the pitch report of this surface? Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, it's an iconic venue. It's the afternoon game as well. Let's take a look into the pitch report. Talking about the numbers, if you see at this venue, 77 have been matches played. 34 times the team batting first have been victorious, while 43 times the team batting second have been victorious. Toss plays a huge factor because if you lose the toss, you end up winning the game. So now Pat Cummins won't mind losing the toss, but Riyan Parag, he's a young captain. He's leading the side for the very first time. What are your thoughts? What could be your decision if you're given the captain's hat in an afternoon game?
See, if I was Riyan Parag, after watching last year and what the kind of impact Sunrisers have bought, because most of the captains, when they won the toss, they wanted to chase, and that put Sunrisers batting first, right? And then those kind of big scores just came up all of a sudden. So if Riyan Parag is smart, Rahul Dravid and Kumar Sangakkara have to convince them that RR need to bat first,
True.
because even in Hyderabad 2023, it's a long time ago. It's a different surface, it's a different side. But even if you take in like the mindset wise, RR batted first. They put up a 200 plus score, and then SRH they crumbled to 130, 135 sniper range, right? So that's the kind of impact that they might have. I think even if you see, you said 70 plus games, and then chasing second, they want chasing they want more games. From 2013 to 2023, you can see the tracks have been very slow in Hyderabad compared to 2024. They've been very slow, and they've been assisting the chasing sides because the scores have been very low, so
Yeah.
the batsmen know how to play, and that's the reason why you see chasing teams being more victorious. But once you come into 2024, whoever puts the higher score first, now that bowling side coming into the second
Mm.
innings, they can have more confidence on how to bowl to
True.
these guys, how to defend the target more than the other side
Absolutely.
trying to chase the target, because it's such a huge number, and mentally
Absolutely. And
you're gonna win.
Rajasthan Royals, if they bat first is post something around 180 plus. I know that it's a very top heavy or destructive batting unit of Sunrisers
Yeah,
Hyderabad, but even Rajasthan Royals have invested heavily on two Sri Lankan spinners, one in the
exactly.
Asaranka and Tikshana. And their 8 overs can definitely come into play in the second innings. And the run rate can creep up. Anything can happen. And that's the beauty of T20 cricket. One good over and the game can turn on its head. That's the reason why I think
Right.
I agree with you. Rajasthan Royals should definitely bat first, and that's where the game could open up. Otherwise, if Sunrisers Hyderabad bat first, this time
Yeah.
what the wishes are coming in from Travis said, Abhishek Sharma, 300 can be any day possible in 20 overs if Sunrisers Hyderabad get going in any given surface. What about the injury updates? For this game, I think there is only one injury update, Varun, is the Rajasthan Royals captain. And Sanju Samson, who is the original captain, is not fully fit. He has declared himself unfit and he has said that he's going to play as a pure batter for the first 3 games. And it's going to be Riyan Parag, who is the stand in captain. What a moment for the youngster is what I know, because I want to know, because this man was backed for a long, long time, for many years by Rajasthan Royals, and he's finally getting his opportunity. Now he's going to lead the side. But Sanju Samson, if RR bat bowl first, then he's possibly going to play as an impact sub. Do you think is it the right choice made? Do you think Sanju forcing himself because of the thin squad which Rajasthan Royals have, or you think that if you're playing games at the middle, if you're getting game time, is that's the best way you can recover?
As you said, RR have a very thin squad, and they don't have another backup opener or a
Exactly.
backup wicket keeper. They might have Jurel, but he can't open. The only opener you have is Sanju Samson, right? So Sanju
Or
Samson
the
has to do it.
13-year-old kid.
I mean, it's very unlikely that he's gonna get a chance. I think the only reason that they took him is for Rahul Dravid to start to groom him as a future
I
prospect
absolutely think so.
for Rajasthan Royals. He's not a player that's going to be playing this season, maybe not even next season, but in the future seasons coming up. Since he's still 13, he has a long way to go. So I think Rahul Dravid is there to very, beautifully mentor him. He's a beautiful mentor, and any youngster that goes to RR, they're gonna have a wonderful time with the side. But talking about Sanju Samson again, his injury might be for fielding and wicket keeping, but for batting, his impact is one thing. Just go bang bang. He
Yeah,
doesn't even need to run.
correct.
In Hyderabad, you really don't need runs like one or twos, because once you hit the ball on those type of surfaces, you're just gonna go to the boundary. Right. I think his job is to get through the power play and then maybe give away your wicket or just stay still, try and hit those boundaries. If you get out in the process, so what?
Absolutely, that is very important, and we will see what the strategy of Rahul Dravid, Sanju Samson, Riyan Parag is it for the Rajasthan Royals, because they have to get going in the first game.
Yeah.
They because as you said, there was thin squad and an injury here and there in their actual 11 or 12, if you can say, that can absolutely dismantle their batting order or their entire 11, and that is the reason why Rajasthan Royals needs to be very careful with whatever they decide to do. What about the strategies? And this is where interesting things comes up. Varun, I have got it with you with 4 strategic questions, and your time is just 60 seconds to answer that for tomorrow's afternoon game between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Rajasthan Royals. Your time starts now. Which opening pair will build up a better opening partnership tomorrow?
I would say, considering its home conditions, and this side has already had too many good partnerships there, Travis and Abhishek Sharma. Nothing more to say.
Okay, which captain will have a better day tomorrow? Is it Riyan Parag or Pat Cummins?
I think Pat Cummins having more experience as a captain for a side, a captain in Hyderabad, and a more, I think, experienced captain in all total. Pat Cummins might just have the slight edge over Riyan Parag.
How will the Rajasthan Royals bowlers stop the three destructive left-handed top orders?
Get in a spinner pretty early. Get in someone like Tikshana.
Okay. Who will pick the more wickets between Jofra Archer and Mohammad Shami?
If you have someone like Travis, Ishan, and Abhishek versus Chopra Archer, I think I'm gonna have to say Shami there.
Okay, Mohammad Shami, your four answers, questions have been answered rapid fire. You've given your four honest answers. We will see, only time will tell whether your answers have been correct. If it is so, I think it's a 50-50 game, because you've also said about a little bit of Rajasthan Royals. You've also said home conditions are SRH openers, Mohammad Shami. You were favoring about Sunrisers Hyderabad. But what about the players to watch out for this game? Let's take a look into that, Varun. Abhishek Sharma, Henrik Klassen, Nitish Kumar Reddy are the three players to watch out for SRH. May I know the reasons behind? Any other player from your end?
I think first of all, with the kind of spin attack Rajasthan Royal has, they have Hasarang and Teekshanam, and all of those three, they're pretty good spin strikers, right? And I think that's one. And if you take Jofra Archer there, Abhishek Sharma has had a huge advantage over Jofra Archer in the recent times, especially in English series.
Correct.
So I think Abhishek Sharma, it's there for him. For Heinrich Klaasen, I think last year I did see him hit bowlers like Sandeep Sharma, and he does have a slight advantage over bowlers like Jofra Archer. Once the pace comes onto the bat, he doesn't really need to put that much power into his swing. If he just hits it, he's gonna try and hit it into the gap. So that's where Heinrich Klaasen has the advantage there. Nitish Kumar Reddy, last year's emerging player, he is gonna come in at number 4, and he's gonna take his time. He's probably gonna take 10 balls to get settled in. So what I've seen last year is he's always had a pattern. He plays 10 balls and he scores 5 runs of those 10 balls, and then he scores a 6 on his 11th ball. So he makes it 11 of 11. He did that for so many games. That's what I've realized. The exact formula, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen again.
Okay, because I really like the way he's a very fearless cricketer. But do you think that in big high voltage games will he use and come out wearing Virat Kohli shoes?
Virat Kohli, I think he's always done that, right? He did that last year as well, whenever the scores were big as well. I think when you really needed a stand, even when SRH scored 180 plus against Punjab in Mullanpur, he still took his time. He took around 10 to 12 balls, and then he started to go and he played around the strike rate of
Then
160.
I really think that the number 4 position is perfectly suited for somebody like Nitish Kumar Reddy.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the main spot. You can either put in an anchor or you can either put in a very hard hitter. And see, Tilak Verma and Nitish Kumar Reddy are both almost on the same level, I would say. They can play any type of game the team wishes them to play for. Situational players.
Okay. Absolutely, yeah, that is absolutely true. But what about the Rajasthan Royals 3 players to watch out for? I've gone with Yashasvi Jaiswal, Riyan Parag, and Jofra Archer are my 3 players to watch out for. Anything different from your end?
I would always go with the youngsters. I think since Sanju Samson is injured, I wouldn't really add him in my 11. People would have considered Nitish Rana to be in here because he's always had the upper hand over Sunrisers when he was in KKR. But according to the stats which I have seen against likes of Zampa, Rahul Chahar, Shami, Pat Cummins, this guy has a weak side to this kind of bowling lineup, and especially in a ground like Hyderabad, he is not really perfect there. So I think Riyan Parag, don't know if his captaincy is going to affect anything, but if you keep that aside as a batsman, how he performed in Hyderabad last time around, he's perfect. Yashasvi Jaiswal, he's going to be same old, full on aggressive again. Jofra Archer maybe is the one I might not agree with because, he does have a lot of pace, but it's because he's coming off an injury, he's not getting the line and length quite right yet. Because of the kind of weakness of spin the top order has, I would go with someone like Tikshana.
Tikshana, that's very important. Another overseas player, but Jofra Archer has a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. How much does he come up? Because I think he's definitely going to lead the pace attack. Being an overseas one, his 4 overs will be looked into. How does Rajasthan Royals, how does Riyan Parag use his 4 overs? How attacking does he go? But what about the battles, the 3 battles to watch out for? Let's take a look into that, Varun. I've gone with my 3 battles to watch out for. Mohammad Shami versus Sanju Samson with the new ball. Vanindu Hasaranga versus the spin basher Henrik Klaasen. And Pat Cummins versus Yashasvi Jaiswal are my 3 battles to watch out for. Shami versus Sanju Samson. He has been dismissed once in 9 innings. Hasaranga, Klaasen yet to dismiss each other. But I think that Hasaranga will play a huge role in the middle overs for the Rajasthan Royals against Henrik Klaasen. And also the others, Nitish Kumar Reddy is there. Even by chance, if any of the top three of the Sunrisers batting order stays till then they're going to play a huge role. Pat Cummins versus Yashasvi Jaiswal. I always say this man is a clutch player. Pat Cummins, he has never dismissed Yashasvi Jaiswal in 3 innings, but he might just shed the new ball with Mohammad Shami and might just pitch in a wicket inside the power play. Your thoughts on these three
The
batters?
interesting thing about you saying Pat Cummins might be on the power play is that IPL released a new video today of all the captains talking about their most three important players to watch out for. Travis said, Abhishek Sharma and Simarjeet Singh. So Simarjeet Singh,
Wow.
once he said that name, yeah, my mind just went another way. Maybe he is gonna be one of our power play bowlers, maybe our impact player, right?
True.
So what's gonna go on there? Will he play, or will Zampa and Rahul Chahar start? Being Zampa or fourth overseas
Does
and
that
bring in
completely
Simarjeet as
rule
an
out
impact.
somebody like a Unatkar out of the equation?
I really don't see how Simarjeet will fit in the side based on the kind of lineup that they have right now. So I think it is between either of Simarjeet or Unarkad. If they do really need a death bowler, they might get in Unarkad. But because
Mhm.
of their power play, they need a power play bowler. Basically, Cummins is a clutch middle overs bowler and a one overs in the death bowler. Simarjeet can bowl three in the power play with Mohammad Shami. So it will be interesting to see. Maybe I should not take his word for granted. Maybe it is someone to watch out for, but he might not start. But I think going on to Mohammad Shami and Sanju Samson has always had the better of Mohammad Shami in terms of
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
striking it so hard. I mean, Sanju Samson is a very fearless batter. He's shown that
Yep.
last year. He's been showing that pretty consistently. And Mohammad Shami, he's been a scapegoat for someone like Sanju Samson.
True
And
that,
then,
but Sanju Samson needs to have a very good season to keep his chances alive for the
right,
T20 World Cup squad for
yeah.
2026. Which battle are you definitely watching out of these three?
I would like to watch Sanju Samson and Mohammad Shami. First of all, Mohammad Shami has a point to prove, right? He's just coming back into the Indian setup. He might have won a Champions Trophy, but what is his role gonna be in the white ball circuit for India as well? And how is his future gonna be in
Absolutely.
the IPL as well, right? Because he's coming off an injury, and now the other new ball rule came as well, and the saliva rule came back as well. So that will help Mohammad Shami a bit with the reverse swing
True that, but
offering.
I think it's an afternoon game. For this game, I think that rule
Yeah,
doesn't come into the equation. The
the
saliva
new
rule
ball
comes
doesn't,
in.
but the saliva
The
rule
new
comes
ball,
in. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. The new ball rule doesn't come into in the 11th,
right.
though it's an afternoon game, no chances of due. But what
But
about the
yeah,
predicted playing 11? This is where the debates will come into. I'll start with the Sunrisers Hyderabad 11. Interestingly, I've gone with Abhinav Marohar in my side. I've gone with Riyan Mulder as well. And I've gone with my impact sub as Aniket Verma, a very talented player who had a wonderful intra squad as well, couple of games. Your changes in the 11, please.
I think if you have Riyan Mulder in your lineup, so you already have that extra batting. You have that extra batter in your lineup, so you really don't need Aniket Verma there. So you can get in maybe another pacer like Simarjeet or Unadkat. Right, that's
Okay.
my opinion. But for my lineup, and again based on ESPN Cricket Force lineup that they got from the management, the info they got from the management that they rate Aniket Verma really highly and they want to
Yeah.
play him from game number one. So Aniket Verma will play at 6, Abhinav will play at 7, Pat at
Okay.
8, 9 is Shami, 10 is Harshal, 11 is Chahar, and your impact player will be Zampa.
Okay, Adam Zampa, which means you're fielding with just three overseas players at the moment, and this is
Yeah,
your 11 if you're batting first. Adam
yeah.
Zampa is a very very good player and very good bowler in white ball cricket. He doesn't need any introduction, but if you can fit him, I think Pat Cummins will definitely tilt towards him because he might not just trust somebody like a Rahul Chahar for his
Hmm.
4 overs PQ wickets. That's the reason why it's a very good choice. It was always on the cards either of Vian Mulder or Adam Zampa. If Adam Zampa has to play, I really like that substitution to be honest. What about the Rajasthan Royal playing 11? Let's take a look at that. This is my team. If it's Rajasthan Royals batting first, Sanju Samson, Yashasvi Jaiswal continue to open. Nitish Rana, as you rightly said, at number 3. Riyan
Yeah.
Parag at 4. Hetmaya Jurel. They are the two finishers role player. How much can they play is going to be very important. Vanindu Hasaranga and Tikshana, the two Sri Lankan bowlers. Jofra Archer is there. I've gone with Tushar Deshpande alongside Sandeep Sharma, not Akash Madwal. He's my impact sub. There is no Shubham Dubey in my side. Any changes from your end?
I think exactly who we didn't have, I added them in my lineup. So my opening is going to be Samson and Jaiswal. My number 3 is going to be Rana. My 4 is going to be Parag. 5 is going to be Hetmeyer. 6 is going to be Jurel. My number
Yeah.
7 is going to be Hasaranga. 8 is going to be Archer. 9 is going to be Tikshana. 10 is
Mhm.
Madhwal. 11 is Sandeep Sharma. And my impact player is Dubey. Shubham Dubey.
Impact player is Dubey. So you do not have Tushar Deshpande. So that's where Madhwal comes into the 11.
Yeah,
Tushar Deshpande has been replaced by Shubham Dubey. That makes it a better depth in terms of batting unit. But
yeah,
how much can they get assistance from the bowling is going to be interesting to see. If they bowl first, I think I'm expecting Sanju Samson to be in the bench, come in as an
yeah.
impact player, and then play whatever he can. The first three games will be a huge test for somebody like a Riyan Parag. What will happen at Hyderabad? Weather looks good at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium. We will
It's
see what
actually
they
the
do
weather
out.
forecast is changing. It's changing every day. Now people are saying there's a 90% chance of rain. I don't know.
Oh wow! But at the moment,
Yeah.
what I see is that the good weather, anything can happen, just like it's happening at the Eden Gardens as well. Predictions time now. Varun, you're in the hot seat. Let's take a look into the predictions. Match number 2 of the Tata IPL 2025: SRH versus Rajasthan Royals. Afternoon game. What's your prediction?
If the Sunrisers have to win against a side, it has to be RR, because even if they did beat them in the first game in a few occasions, the last time they did win a first game was against RR in 2018. So this is again another chance to beat RR. RR again always had the upper hand of SRH, to be very honest, in the first game, so they also have a chance. But because of the home conditions and how they've adjusted, they've gelled together as such a great group in such a short period of
Okay.
time. I'm gonna go with Hyderabad. 65-35.
65-35 for the Sunrisers Hyderabad is what you're saying. You're pretty much confident that Orange Army will get the job done. In behind the scenes, they will have the orange flags waving at the packed Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium as well. Thank you so much, Varun. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this one. In the evening, we have the cracking El Clasico as well. We will be there for the video as well. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much, and bye bye.